Welcome to I'm the Tigers News. I'm Bianca Burrows. Thanks for being with us today for the news we've been watching for you. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh faced a crucial vote Friday as a Senate panel decides whether to move his nomination onto the full Senate a day after he adamantly denied sexual assaulting Christine Blasey Ford, who insisted she's, quote, 100%, end quote, certain he did. Meanwhile, there were signs of the remarkable testimony before the panel in which Kavanaugh angrily declared his innocence and Ford calmly recounting the moment in which she says he attacked her, had registered negatively with two organizations whose support Kavanaugh had early received. The American Bar Association urged the Senate Judiciary Committee and the full Senate to delay the vote until the FBI could do a full background check on the assault claims, something President Donald Trump has refused to order. The White House spokeswoman Sarah Huckabee Sanders dismissed that Friday, telling reporters that Kavanaugh has already, quote, been through 6 separate background investigations by the FBI, end quote. Glued to high-stakes testimony on his Supreme Court nominee, President Donald Trump and his allies were shaken by Christine Blasey Ford's emotional appearance on Capitol Hill. But they stood by Judge Brett Kavanaugh after his forceful pushback against the woman who accused him of sexual misconduct. Trump missed hardly a moment of the proceedings, relying on DVRs to keep up the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing Thursday from his private officer on Air Force One as he traveled from New York to Washington, and continued monitoring back at the White House, where Ford's voice echoed from TVs around the building. 7 men were arrested Thursday in the Netherlands on suspicion of plotting a large-scale extremist attack that Dutch prosecutors said they think was foiled following a months-long investigation. The National Prosecutor's Office said in a statement that heavily armed police arrested the men in the towns of Arnhem, 62 miles south of Amsterdam, and were in the middle southern Netherlands close to the borders of Germany and Belgium. The investigation was launched by intelligence suggesting the alleged ringleader, a 34-year-old man of Iraqi heritage, wanted to carry out an attack at the site of a large event and cause multiple casualties. According to the statement, the suspects allegedly wanted to use bomb vests and assault rifles to do harm at the event, and planned to detonate a car bomb at another location. Prosecutors said an investigation of potential targets was continuing. The Federal Reserve signaled its confidence Wednesday in the U.S. economy by raising a key interest rate for a 3rd time this year, forecasting another rate hike before year's end and predicting that it will continue to tighten credit into 2020 to manage growth and inflation. The Fed lifted its short-term rate, a benchmark for many consumer and business loans, by a modest quarter point to a range of 2% to 2.25%. It was its 8th hike since late 2015. The central bank also stuck with a previous forecast for 3 more rate hikes in 2019. 64 Central New Yorkers are among the nearly 1,000 victims of clergy sexual abuse in the New York State who plan to take settlements from the Catholic Church, according to an article from Syracuse.com. The victim compensation program offered through the Catholic Diocese of Syracuse is nearing its conclusion after about 7 months. Victims have started to receive and accept financial offers in Syracuse and across the state. Program Administrator Camille Brios in 5 New York dioceses, there were 1,262 claims from that 1,133 offers were made. As of Thursday afternoon, 981 signed releases to settlement the claims. In Syracuse, 85 victims were invited to participate in the program. That's more than the 76 credible victims the church has previously acknowledged publicly. After some overnight rain showers, we're enjoying a beautiful day, but there are some changes that will affect our Saturday. Here's Kayla with the forecast.
Bright skies are dominating our Friday weather and will continue right through our evening, but another fast-moving system arrives overnight and brings with it some more showers for early Saturday, before we turn mostly cloudy for the remainder of Saturday. Highs will reach 70 for Friday before we cool off Saturday, barely reaching 60. Sunday is the pick of the day of the weekend. We start off with some clouds and maybe some fog before clouds burn off and some sun comes in. Highs will try to reach the mid-60s. Some on and off wet weather looks to be the tap for the start of next week. That's the forecast. I'm Kayla. Have a great weekend.
Syracuse football brings its perfect record to Clemson tomorrow. Here's Liam with sports.
SU's football performance last season was anything but remarkable, except for the one Friday night when one of the premier programs in the country came into the Carrier Dome and was upset by the Orange. Now the Orange will travel to that program this Saturday afternoon for a rematch of sorts. Undefeated, Clemson will seek some revenge when it hosts Syracuse with a noon kickoff. Both teams are undefeated at 4-0. The Orange have 3 touchdown underdogs. The game is on ABC. Mexico football will look for its first win of the season when it hosts Chitenango, beginning at 7 o'clock. The Lady Tigers swim team moved its record from 3-1 with a 96-90 win at Syracuse on Thursday. Carolyn Zidak and Alexa Von Holtz were multiple winners. And finally, the Buffalo Bills will make to look 2 in a row when it tackles the Packers. Last night, the Rams held off the Vikings 38-31. The Giants look to make it 2 in a row when it hosts the Saints, and the Jets travel to Jacksonville. That's a quick look at the sports. I'm Liam. Have a great weekend.
Attention juniors and seniors, military opt-out form is due to Mrs. Dull on Monday, October 1st. Attention winter athletes, physicals will be held on October 9th and October 16th in the nurse's office. Please see the nurse for required paperwork. Get your Jostens yearbook for the $45 pre-sale price online at jostens.com.
That's it for us this week. Thanks for joining us. Look for us again on Monday. I'm Bianca. Have a great weekend.